Well, look like Trump's main support base are now walking away from him. Wow. Who knew? Who knew that one day uneducated white America would wake up and realize Trump is a nightmare? It is so painfully obvious that Trump is not cut out to be president. At this point, I think I could run this country a hell of a lot better than he can. He is so winging it every day, and it's so obvious. And I don't really believe he understands the vast majority of the policies that he's looking at every day. Just from his decisions, it tells me he doesn't fully understand. But this is who you wanted as president, and you got him. Now, uneducated white America, which is the majority, by the way, the majority of them are uneducated. This is why so many of them are on drugs now. And so many of them cannot find work or pass a drug test in order to be employed. It's the majority, ladies and gentlemen. This is why they have to run around and tell you they got a high IQ, because so many of them do not have educations beyond high school and barely have a high school education. They're not the brainiacs that you think. You know, anytime somebody's got to try hard to make you believe they're smart, that's a dummy. Trump hits new low with white, non-educated voters, which is the majority of the whites in America. They're non-college. Trump hit a record low approval in a new poll from Quinnipiac University. Only 33% of Americans now approve of the president. Buried in that poll is one sign where he's losing that support. For the first time, the poll shows Trump with a negative net approval rating among white Americans without a college degree, because their stalwart support of Trump, especially as opposed to their college graduate peers, whites without college degree, which are your blue collar, working class, and a lot of your unemployed whites that are out here now that had manufacturing jobs that no longer exist in America, became an accession during the presidential election. Indeed, whites without a college degree have sharply shifted Republican over the last two presidential election cycles. But last week, that support slipped. The poll conducted July 27th through August 1st showed that only 43% of non-college white Americans say they approved of Trump, compared to 50% who disapproved, yielding a net approval of -7 points. And as you can see, February, he was much higher in the approval ratings, but now he is way down here, ladies and gentlemen. And this is among non-college white, which is the majority of the population for white people. The margin of error for this demographic in this new poll is 6.5% points, according to the Quinnipiac. So it is possible that his approval with the group is still slightly positive, and this story is only for one poll. So other polls might show somewhat different readings. But the important thing is there is not much the latest readout as the trend in this polling, and a look at Trump's net approval among non-college whites over time, according to Quinnipiac polls, shows a bumpy but pronounced drop since inauguration. And his rating, ladies and gentlemen, has never been high since he's been president. Usually, you know, presidents' approval ratings will fluctuate all through their time as president. It'll go up and down, and that's normal. That's the way it's been with all presidents. But with Trump, it's been low, and it's been staying low. And I think this is the first time I have ever seen that happen to any president. It didn't even happen to Bush. Even he went up and down at times. Trump's approval among some groups, like Democrats and non-whites, has been in the basement for his entire presidency. For his approval to fall then, the decline would have to come from demographic groups that have more room for his approval to fall. Republicans are another group. And once again, their support for Trump is down since inauguration. In this poll, their net approval for Trump is at 62 points. That's down from 78 in the first Quinnipiac poll of Trump's administration. All of that helped push Trump's approval to a record low in this poll. So he's slipping. And I think a lot of people, you can go on YouTube now and see all of the voter remorse videos, and they're all primarily Caucasoids that are making those videos and putting them out on YouTube. But it is painfully obvious this man is really not cut out for this job. He is barely literate. He is barely somebody, as far as I'm concerned, with a functional brain. He just walks around like a little dummy and just say whatever you want to hear. And then behind the scenes, he does something totally different. But that is how most Caucasoids are, with or without a college degree. Really doesn't matter. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. And if you can donate to my channel, please do. Peace, family.